we didn't ask to be born. We're here, and we didn't ask to be born into this family or to those people, or to be living here or there. And Creator has given us this wonderful thing called love. And he and she, Creator, want us to dance and to love one another through our whole lives. And I think it's when really great things happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's when these human beings do that. When we fight and bicker and hurt one another, it's a tragedy in itself, and it serves its own purpose, and to destroy and to take away, and they're to give and then to receive is important, especially of the heart, and we make a decision what we're going to do with that, our heart and our love. And some people have this ability just to put it there and then to let it shine for everyone. Mm. They have no fear. They know who they are, and they know where they're going and where they come from. And you see it all over them. And you feel good because of it, because that they're showing it, and it inspires me to want to love in a good way.
Yeah.
And I mean that just walking about and with people I meet, I love myself, and I can love you enough to say hello to you, to smile at you, on the rare occasion shake your hand, in passing. And it's we've forgotten who our relatives are, our friends, our true friends. We've forgotten our family. And what I mean by our relations, I mean not only, we think of our first cousins and, that kind of thing. But I'm speaking about our relations as human beings, our neighbors, our community. That's what I mean. We've forgotten each other, and it's kind of sad sometimes when we walk by one another and in confusion and fear, and we wonder why we glare at one another and honk our horns at one another in our cars. But it's a simple thing, and what causes this, and of course it takes a great risk to, you might get your head bit off, so to speak, by saying something, at certain times during the day, but it's wonderful things happen when you do take some of those risks.
Yeah.
And put yourself out there and say, hey, how you feeling today? Good morning.
Yeah.
Or just smile at someone. And you have that with you. So it's, if you allow someone to take it away from you, it's your own fault. And so, just to keep a head up and see what's coming down the road is important.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
So you are listening to 91.7 WHUS Stores. This wonderful man I'm speaking with is named Joseph Firecrow, and he's the flute man. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to speak with him and to have him share his wisdom and his spirit. So you're listening to Joseph Firecrow. His latest CD is called Face the Music, and I've been playing it earlier this morning quite a bit. And we were actually able to give away a couple of copies. Steve and Gina both got copies of the latest CD, Face the Music. So can I ask you, Joseph, the name Face the Music? I absolutely love it. And what inspired you?
The most inspirational person in my life is my wife. And she inspires these beautiful love songs that come from and through me. They're gifts. And I wouldn't say that, that they're actually my songs. I'm humble about that. And she has a wonderful way of seeing where I am at in relation to my own people and into my relations to my family here and to my friends, but also to the mainstream society and the community. And when there's this, we kind of touched on it a little bit, the traditional side and being in a modern world, and there are people back on my reservation where I'm originally from, which is southeastern Montana. And my elders are still there. The medicine people are still there. Our chiefs, the real chiefs, are still there. The warrior societies, the women's society, the dancing society, they're all still there. Our covenant, the Sacred Hat, is still there.
What is that?
And it is our. They call it the Sacred Bundle, and it's what renews everything from human beings to the earth to the stars, all the animals, and it's for our Sundance, which is our most sacred ceremony, and it's a buffalo skull with paints, and there's medicines that go with it. There's a keeper, Sacred Hat keeper. It's called a Sacred Hat, and it's a female buffalo. The great power that comes through this, and it's to renew everything. And we have it twice a year. And these things are, they're actual things. And so whenever if I really want to go see them, I can go back to Montana. And when we're out here in mainstream, I sometimes long for the sound of the meadowlark, or to see a magpie. That's our most sacred bird. To smell the ponderosa pine, those kind of things, makes me long for home. And my relationship to my people is important because I'm out here in mainstream doing music and speaking about our people. If I'm out here telling lies and being deceitful, my people back home will find out very fast. And then I'll get a phone call, and they're going to say, "What are you doing?" And so this relationship is based on trust and honesty. And so I have to keep that in mind. And whenever I do something new with my music, I get, especially if it's really progressive and modern, and there's a lot of things going on instead of just the traditional stuff, I kind of wonder how my elders and my people are going to react to it, especially when I'm blending in traditional styles. And with this album, and especially with the title song, Face the Music, I was kind of wondering, I wonder how they're going to feel. I'm kind of worried about it, because, as a recording artist, when you put all your stuff out there like that, you're putting your heart out there for everyone to see too, and so you get a little nervous. People might like it, they might not like it, and so you're compelled to do that, and you worry about your elders and stuff, and so I was concerned, and I said to Joanne, I said, I don't know how my people, my elders are going to react to this. And she said, well, you're going to have to go back to the reservation and face the music. and that's how we came up with the title song. She came up with the title song, and then she also came up for the design of the cover itself, which has me. I don't really necessarily like my my face or my image like that rat plaster all over the front cover. And this is one of the very rare occasions that I'm actually have my image on the front cover, but I'm standing kind of facing away, looking at this bear, and this bear is singing, and these notes are coming from him. And my Cheyenne name is Hostenachko. Nachko means bear. Hostenachko means I am almost near bear. I am a bear, but I'm not. It's a warrior's name, and it's a very powerful name.
How did you get it?
And it was given to me by my father's brother, my uncle, and he gave that to me before he went home to Creator. He was an old man, and the name was passed on to me, and so there's that connection on the cover with me facing my namesake almost, with the music coming back at me as I face it.
It's a great image.
And the album is that song I sang is a part of that album.
Moheo.
Moheo, Walk With Me, and it's we have songs that are just simple like that, and then there's songs like Horses of the East or Face the Music or Lizard Blues that will just I can't they'll rock your world, so to speak. They're really powerful songs. They get. I'm working with a man named Peter Fish, and Peter Fish is a 6-time Emmy Award winner for music. For All My Children, soap opera, 3 for that, and 3 for Sesame Street.
Really? And
he also plays for the old Chicago Transit Authority, which is called California Transit Authority, with Danny Seraphin, the drummer from Chicago, the old Chicago band. He plays for their band. He's a keyboard player, and he has his own band, and he also is. I'm proud to say he's in my band as well. So, and on this album, he produces it. Joanne, she's the executive producer, and this great talent is just awesome. I can't say enough about it. Peter Kalo, one of the greatest guitar players that I've ever heard. He's stands on his own, Peter Kalo, and he's also on the album. So there's this wonderful, beautiful, awesome talent that I have to recognize. Without these people, this album wouldn't be what it is.
Yeah.
Especially with at the helm, Joanne was really guiding all of us to do the best job that we were capable of doing, and keeping us focused and keeping us on schedule. Those things are important.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it, but they really are. And, so this, I don't know. You have to hear the whole album, and when you do that, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Well, the feel I get when I listen to the album is I really like the blending of modern music with traditional, because the way it makes me feel balanced, and it brings me to me. And I really like that. I like being able to have both rhythms within me and to feel connected to the ancients, but also be grounded in my modern world. And it's all very familiar to me, the old sounds and the new sounds. And I love the way that they've been blended because it feels good within the body.
Yes. And it's the integrity of the traditional side that I think really puts the album in its in the perspective of kind of where it's coming from, and it's that I don't know, it's the power of the earth almost, the energy of the wind, and here you can feel the sun almost, and it's very, very, just to say very good is
Joseph, did you have an intention when you created this, like a prayer or blessing that you launched the CD with?
Yes, we did. It was actually my mother helped bless this thing, and it's important to to pull in as many resources as you can times like that, and one of them was especially on the spiritual end. And what I mean by that is things you cannot see, but you know that they are there.
Yeah.
On that end, it's very, very important to have the right things happen and the right things being said. Because sometimes we don't realize that when we do say some things, they're there forever. If you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
In everyday life, and so a lot of times I try to be careful what I'm going to say. And there's a saying in our that comes from my people, and the old people say this to us young ones. They say, "Don't speak unkind words of another, for one day they may help you." And when you first hear that, it doesn't really make sense. But the longer you're around, you start to understand that.
Can you repeat it? Can you repeat that statement?
Yeah. Never speak unkind words of another, for one day they may help you. And it's a really reflective thing, because you have to look within yourself.
Yeah.
And then stand outside yourself to appreciate that. You have to think of others. And when we get too narrow-minded and closed-minded, we cut ourselves off of wonderful things in life. And it's the simple things that are sometimes really strong and vibrant, and we walk right by them. And it could have been something to make our day colorful and more happy. When we if we take those opportunities instead of just kind of running through life that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's a couple things. One of the things I want to say is, based on what you were just discussing, that I think that when our viewpoint is really, really, really narrow, and we're very isolated, and we're fixated on us, our physical being, that there's a sense of hiding or believing that we're hiding. If I get small enough, people won't see me. And in that, we don't see our true self because we've shrunk so much. But I think that there's an unconscious fear that if I'm really me and I'm extraordinary and I step out as all that I am and accept my place in the world, then what if the Creator doesn't love me? Or what if I'm not loved? So I think that there could be this unconscious fear or belief that the smaller I get, the more I can hide. But we all know that that's really not the truth. And do you think there could be this fear in the modern world I'm referring to of the fear of really being loved by the Creator?
Yes. It's. I think that if I don't know, maybe people are afraid to admit that they actually have these thoughts that are actually good thoughts. That there is something bigger than me. Bigger than all of us. To have this concept of the divine or of a God or those kind of things, and the actual power of prayer, could it actually work? That actually, these things that most people will argue all over for, and we get into things like religion and things that, people have different viewpoints on whatever the thing may be. But something it's a bit bigger than that covers it all. Most Christians, they say God. From my culture, I say Mahaya. And we have these thoughts. And is it okay to even think about them? And then a lot of people, they try to press, shove it to one side, and you're actually shoving a part of who you are off to one side, and you're not complete as you express yourself every day. To be humble of heart